Hey guys, PrinceofMacedon here. I'm going to do this commentary video for a Rome Total War Online battle. I command the Romans, and my opponent is ShadowKing of the LH clan, and ShadowKing actually hosted this battle. It's actually a historical battle, the Battle of the Trebia. The Trebbia is right behind me. You can see that little river. It's kind of frozen. We're fighting in winter conditions. Anyways, the Battle of the Trebia, that was one of the first major battles of the Second Punic War. It involved the Roman consul Tiberius Sempronius Longus, leading the Romans against the legendary Carthaginian commander himself, Hannibal. That's right, Hannibal is here. Basically, prior to this fight, there was a cav fight between the other Roman consul, Scipio, and the Carthaginians, and at that battle, the Roman consul discovered just how powerful the Carthaginian cav was. So, when this guy came along, Mr. Tiberius Sempronius Longus, Scipio advised against engaging the Carthaginians because he realized just how strong the Carthaginian horsemen were. But unfortunately, this guy, Mr. Tiberius Sempronius Longus, he had other ideas. He wanted to crush these Carthaginians and lay them to waste. So what we have here is a foolhardy Roman commander who actually marched down this way, straight into the Carthaginians, and he got ambushed from all sides. You can see here the Carthaginians do have ambush points behind these trees, and this led to the massacre of 2/3 of the Roman army. But I am not going to play this game. In this battle, I will command the Romans, not Tiberius Sempronius Longus. Instead of doing that, I'm going to march down the right into the trees, and I'm going to secure my right flank before advancing on the Carthaginian main body. Just to give you a little heads up on the army composition, I'm using a Premierian army, because this is, you don't have the freedom to select your troop composition in a historical battle. It's all preset, but I have Velites, I'll call them Velites, Principes, Equites, Roman General, Triarii, of course, and then the Carthaginian player, he has Poeni. Basically, this guy, he has inferior infantry, but he has a very huge advantage in cav. He has a Sacred Band cav. He's got the Numidian cav. The Numidian cav in the actual battle, they're the ones who led the Roman army into the trap. Aside from them, they have 2 elephant units. There's a war elephant unit here, and then there is the armored elephant unit back there. But this is how the battle started. I decided to come down through the forest here to secure my right flank, and I was going to bash in these units here. There's a Cretan unit going around that big boulder, and then there is a unit of Barbarian mercenaries right here. I guess they represent the Celts that sided with the Carthaginians. But I wanted to take them out of the equation right now, so I sent in my Equites and my Roman general. And I guess I doubted the resolve of my opponent, because instead of letting his mercenaries die, he decided to throw in all of his cav to save his mercenaries. So here they are. He sent in every single one of his Numidians, his Sacred Bands, and his elephants into the fight. And when I saw that, I decided to retreat. I'm like, I'm not going to get killed by this. But then I realized, hey, look at this little bottleneck that they're all going through. If I can hold the horses right here, then that'll give me enough time to send in all my infantry. So basically, I'm going to use my Equites. I'm going to make them stand their ground even though they're going to die. This is what you call a tactical sacrifice. It's well known in chess. It's called the sacrifice. So in this chess maneuver, I'm going to throw away my horses in order to gain the positional advantage with my infantry. If my horses hold these Carthaginian horsemen and elephants long enough, then my infantry will be right here to catch these Carthaginian horsemen and elephants in this bottleneck, and then they'll be clustered together, and then my infantry can grind these guys down. That's not the kind of fight that horsemen want to be in, nor is elephants. So here I am. I sacrificed my Equites. I did pull back my commander. Here's my consul, Tiberius Sempronius Longus. He's turned his men on, and here I am. I'm bringing all my guys into this fight. I'm throwing in my Velites especially, and my Triarii, because his elephants are right there. So I'm not too afraid of his horsemen, but I am afraid of his elephants. So here it is, everything. I'm pouring everything into the bottleneck while his guys are still there. And look at these Numidians. They're going to retreat, but by this point, I already sent up infantry here to seal the gap. Well, it wasn't sealed completely, but it was enough where I can catch these Carthaginian horsemen and pretty much pick them off as they ran past my guys. That's called maneuver, guys. Sacrifice and maneuver. That was my stratagem in this battle. And as they retreat, they are taking heavy losses, because instead of fighting, they're just running past my guys, and my guys are just stabbing them to death as they run past them. Instead of pursuing his horses with my Principes and Hastati, I decided to let my Triarii carry on the pursuit. And I don't know how my general got ahead of my guys, but he's right there. But I do have my Triarii right behind him. And as I said, I peeled off my Principes and my Hastati. I ordered them to stop the pursuit so that I could fight his Poeni infantry right here. But yeah, here's the situation. And in all the ruckus, you can see my commander got isolated, but I did use my Triarii to save him. So here goes my Triarii. I'm going to retreat my commander. He might be foolhardy, but he's not going to die in this battle. Alright, so my opponent peeled off this unit of elephants, and they're going to flank my guys. It's going to be really brutal. But at least they're isolated. And I'm going to do what I can to send in my remaining Velites and my Triarii. It's kind of funny. In all this ruckus, my opponent forgot about his other ambush units over here. So he had another unit of, I think, Barbarians here. It's Barbarian Cav and Barbarian Mercenaries. But it's kind of what the Romans expected. They didn't really expect the Celts to stand aside their Carthaginian allies. They actually expected the Celts to run away. So I guess that represents the Celts running away, I guess. But here are his Armoured Elephants. I'm just going to swarm them with numbers, and they will actually rout. And that was a blessing. Because now I'm going to finish off these Poeni infantry. Look at that. They're getting massacred from all sides. So basically, this is not going the way Hannibal expected. And my Romans are rewriting history right now. You can only imagine what would have happened if the Carthaginians actually lost this battle, like in this fashion. Oh, there's Hannibal, by the way. Hey, maybe this is how Hannibal lost his eye. But yeah, you can only imagine if Hannibal lost his first battle in this kind of manner, like, would he have gone back to Carthage? Who knows? Or would he have regrouped, replanned, and struck at Rome again? Who knows? But as for this battle, we have won this battle, and the Carthaginians should have won. But by neutralizing his cav superiority and his elephants, I was able to achieve victory on the Trebbia. So, there's my guys tossing their javelins at those dudes. And my opponent's gonna admit defeat. All he has left are these guys. The Cretans, and he also has his Barbarian. It's way in the back. But pretty much my entire army was intact. I lost a few Velites as a group, but that's about it. That was a clear victory. I had 531 kills and had 1,119 men remaining. ShadowKing of the LH clan had 494 kills, and he had 264 men remaining. I'm going to write the army compositions in the video description in case you're wondering what kind of armies were featured here. But I hope you guys enjoyed this historical battle on the Trebbia. Good game to my opponent,